Ever dreamt of creating your own music but don't know where to start? I was you 15 years ago, so I know how you're feeling. Where does the thing go? Which box connects to the cable hole? I really made all the wrong choices at first until I figured out the 3 things that really matter. You only need to worry about 1, getting sound into the computer, 2, making the music, and 3, getting the sound out of the computer. In this video, I'm gonna give you the best and most affordable recommendations as if I was starting today. I'll also show you the upgrades I made along the way and explain to you why I made those decisions. They were all good decisions, I swear. There was no money wasted. And by the end of this video, you're gonna have all the knowledge you need to start making music and not waste any money like I did. I mean, no, I didn't. I didn't waste any money. First things first, you need a computer to get sound into and out of. My recommendation is to start with what you already have. See if this journey is right for you and then make more of an investment if your computer starts to sound like an airplane. If you're ready to make that investment, you're probably wondering, Mac or PC? There's a ton of people who make music on both. But I gotta say, I love Mac, and it's been my go-to since I started. No matter what you choose, you wanna keep an eye on 2 things: the computer's RAM, which stands for random access memory, and the computer's storage. RAM is your computer's short-term memory. It temporarily holds information that your system needs to access quickly, like your software, plugins, samples, and virtual instruments. 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough to start. Take a second, check your RAM right now. I'll wait. How much RAM you got? How much RAM is there? How much RAM you got on your computer? You also want a decent amount of storage on your computer. All the software, plugins, samples, and audio you record will be stored on there. Now, it can get full fast, and a full hard drive may start to slow down your computer. A 1 terabyte solid state drive is a solid starting point. Solid. You can always add more storage later with portable drives. I use a couple for all my projects, sample libraries, and backups. If you're curious, here's a screenshot of the specs I'm currently using. I use a laptop because I enjoy the portability of making music anywhere. But a PC tower is a good choice if you know you're gonna be locked away in your mom's basement. Next up is the software you're gonna use to create music. This is called the Digital Audio Workstation, or DAW for short. DAW, some people say. I like DAW. The main DAWs are Logic, FL Studio, Reason, Pro Tools, Cubase, and Studio One. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, just like Mac and PC, but they're all great in their own way. For example, producers like deadmau5 and Skrillex use Ableton for their projects. Tyler, the Creator, and Billie Eilish's brother Phineas use Logic. Metro Boomin and Kaytranada use FL Studio. Hans Zimmer and Tiesto use Cubase. Kanye and Charlie Puth use Pro Tools. You know the game Stardew Valley? The soundtrack for that was created in Reason. Did you know that? You don't know that. The point is, they all work great for these producers and will for you too. Grab a free version or trial of a DAW you think will work for you. Watch videos on them. I made a great one on Ableton Live, and discover the software that's gonna open up your creativity. They all come with built-in virtual instruments, which are small pieces of software that create sounds, and audio effects to mix and manipulate the music you're creating. But before doing that, I'll give you a shortcut that gives you access to not just 1, but 2 DAWs and tons of tools. Stick around. I started out on Reason, but I've been on Ableton for 12 years and I just can't get enough of it. Over time, I've collected a serious amount of plugins that help me create cool sounds and help me with mixing. But each DAW will have some great built-in tools that are more than enough to start making music. This is the shortcut I told you about earlier. It's LANDR Studio, and it works with every DAW. If I had this when I started, I would have skipped years of frustration. It truly is the ultimate DAW companion and gives you access to Ableton Live Lite and Cubase LE. It also comes with unlimited music distribution to Spotify and Apple Music, unlimited AI mastering, a boatload of plugins, sample credits with over 3 million samples to browse through, and hundreds of courses to get you started. Hundreds! It's really everything you need to create and release music. Check it out here! Hundreds! If you're looking to get sound from a microphone or instrument into the computer, or hook up studio monitors, which we'll get into next, you're gonna need an audio interface. Now, if you know you're gonna be creating instrumental music with samples or virtual instruments, everything I covered so far is gonna get you there. But you'll need a good pair of headphones, which I'll cover in a minute. An audio interface is the device you'll use to plug in a microphone to sing or a guitar to record. It takes an analog signal and converts it to a digital signal so it can be used on the computer. It's like magic. The Arturia Mini Fuse is a great option, which I highly recommend to anyone getting started. You'll see on the interface you can plug in a microphone here, a guitar here, or even some headphones and studio monitors on the back. I started with the Focusrite Scarlett, but I've upgraded to the SSL2 Plus interface, which gives me more headphone mixes when I'm working with other people. Hundreds! For microphones, Shure just released their affordable MV7, which is the entry model of their well-known SM7B microphone. That's this microphone. As you can hear, the sound quality is very good. Hee hee. The SM7B was used on almost all Red Hot Chili Peppers and Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. The MV7 is going to give you a nice clean signal, and because it's dynamic, it's going to block out all background noise. It even has a built-in pop filter. Pop! Pop, pop! I started with the SM7B, and then I started to collect different mics for different sound characteristics. I mean, an MV7 will always get the job done. Fun fact, I got a placement in a movie using the SM7B microphone, so you know it's good. Now, if you're still watching and you're finding this video super helpful, hit that like button right there. Apparently, it lights up when I say that. Let me know in the comments. All right, so the last step is getting your sound out of the computer. This is how you'll hear the music you're creating, and for this, you'll want a good pair of headphones and studio monitors. Obviously, start with what you have, but if you're on earbuds, you'll never hear your bass properly. Here's why. Bass sounds are very low vibrations, and if you go low enough, they're more felt than heard. That's why when you're at a big concert, you can feel the bass. Feel the bass. And the size of the speakers pushing that bass, they're huge. Now think of the speakers on your earbuds or on your cell phone. They're tiny. They can't reproduce those frequencies. That's why having a pair of over-ear headphones is crucial to hear your music. One of the best pairs of headphones for just starting out are the Audio-Technica M50X. These are closed back headphones that are affordable, coming in at $200. The closed back means no sound goes in or out of the headphones, making them perfect for recording or working in distracting environments like a coffee shop. Those are the headphones I started with, but I've upgraded to the Beyerdynamic 880 Pro, which are perfect for tracking and mixing. Bottom line, if you're just starting out and you're choosing between monitors or headphones, I'd say start with headphones. They're portable, private, and you don't need to worry about disturbing your neighbors unless you want to. If you're setting up a more permanent place to create, monitors can make a huge difference in how you hear your music and how you mix it. So let's break it down. The best starter options are the Yamaha HS5s or the KRK Rocket 5s. Either of these monitors have been a staple in home studios for years. They're compact, affordable, around $300, and have a surprisingly punchy low end. Pow! When I first started, I was using computer speakers, which is perfectly fine if that's what you have, but I've since upgraded to the KRK Rocket 8s and the KRK Sub. These monitors and the Sub give me a really clear picture of my mixes, especially the low end. These are great if you're starting to produce music for clients or if mixing and mastering is becoming a bigger part of your process. With your monitor setup, you want to make sure your speakers and your head form an equilateral triangle. Try to position yourself about 38% into your room for the best sound accuracy. You'll also want some sound treatment. This is what will prevent the sound from coming out of the speakers, bouncing around in the room, and hitting your ears. It makes it hard to hear what's even real when it does that. What's real? What's even real anymore? The good news is that if you're in a bedroom, the bed is perfect for absorbing bass, and curtains are good for absorbing sound too. If you want to take it to another level, purchasing or creating your own acoustic paneling is key. Don't buy the cheap phone though. I had to learn that the hard way. It doesn't do much. No egg cartons. Now, getting sound treatment right is sort of a science. Truth is, your room doesn't have to be perfect if you're just starting out. I'll leave some resources in the description if you want to dig in further. Okay, let's talk about MIDI controllers. These aren't essential to start making music, but they do make things more fun, especially if you like playing melodies, trying out chord progressions, or playing in drums. A MIDI controller is basically a keyboard or a set of pads that doesn't make a sound on its own. It just tells your software what to play. It sends signals to your DAW to trigger virtual instruments. Think of it like a remote for your synthesizers, drum machines, and samplers. A great place to start that won't break the bank is the Novation Launch Key Mini. It's lightweight, easy to use, and has just enough features to get creative. You can control your DAW's mixer, effects, trigger drums, and it even lights up like you're playing a spaceship. If you want something that gives you a solid piano range with a few extras, the Arturia Key Lab like this one here is a great pick. When picking a MIDI controller, ask yourself, do I want full-size keys or smaller ones? How many keys do I really need? 25 is great for portability, 49 is a sweet spot, 88 if you're a piano nerd. Do I want pads, knobs, or faders for extra control? Do I want it to be compact or feel like a full instrument? Also, get a sustain pedal if you're planning to play piano parts. Bottom line, MIDI controllers can make the music making process way more expressive. They're not required, but once you have one, it's hard to go back. And that's it. I hope this video demystified the process of building your own music making spaceship. If you're into Ableton Live like I am, check out this video where I break it down. And this button to subscribe to our channel and get more videos with me in it. Peace!